Thank God for this coffee. I feel like I have been running on fumes all week.
I can tell. You have been staring at that phone for 5 minutes without taking a sip. Is everything okay? You seem a million miles away.
Honestly, I do not know. I think I am just tired. Not sleep tired, but soul tired. It is about Tom.
Oh no. Did something happen? I thought you guys were doing better after the holiday.
That is just it. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. We are polite, we split the chores, we watch Netflix, and we go to bed. We are running a very efficient small business called Our Life. But we are not a couple anymore. I looked at him this morning while he was making toast, and I felt nothing. Just a giant void where the connection used to be.
That sounds incredibly lonely. It is almost worse when there is no big fight, isn't it? Because you can't point to one thing and say, look, that is the problem. It's just a slow fade.
Exactly. It is the silence. Last night I tried to tell him about my presentation at work, something I was really proud of. He just kept scrolling on his phone and said, "That is nice, honey." He did not look up once. I felt like a ghost in my own kitchen. I got so angry that I just walked out of the room and he did not even notice I left. That stings. Being ignored triggers something primal in us. It feels like rejection, even if he just thinks he is decompressing. It feels like I'm the only one trying to keep the heartbeat of this relationship going. If I stop asking questions or stop planning dates, we would just drift into total silence. And the worst part? I think he prefers the silence. Every time I try to talk about us, he gets this look on his face like he's trapped.
The trapped look. I know it well.
So what happens when you see that look? I panic. I push harder. I say things like, "Why do you never talk to me?" Or, "Do you even care about my day?" And then he shuts down completely, goes into his office to play video games, and I'm left crying in the living room. It's humiliating. I feel like I am begging for scraps of attention.
It sounds like you are stuck in a really painful loop. You are starving for connection, so you reach out. But because you're hurt, the reach out comes with sharp edges. He feels attacked, so he retreats to protect himself, which makes you feel more abandoned, so you reach out even harder. That is exactly what it is, a loop. But how do I stop it? If I stop reaching out, we will never speak again. I'm terrified that if I let go of the rope, he will just float away. That is a valid fear. But right now, gripping the rope tighter is burning your hands, and it's pulling him away faster. We need to look at why this dynamic is happening before we can fix it. It's not just about him being a jerk or you being needy. There is something happening beneath the surface.
Okay, take a breath. I want you to picture something. In almost every relationship, there is a dynamic called the pursuer and the distancer. It is like a dance, but a really clumsy one. Right now, you are the pursuer. You value connection and closeness. When that feels threatened, your anxiety spikes, and you move in to fix it. You talk, you ask, you plan.
That sounds about right. I am doing all the work. And he is the distancer, obviously. He values his autonomy. He needs space to process things.
Right. But here's the tricky part. The distancer does not necessarily want to be alone. He just gets overwhelmed by emotional intensity differently than you do. When you come at him with that high energy, asking why he is quiet or demanding attention, he does not hear a bid for love. He hears criticism. He hears, "I'm failing you," again.
But I'm not trying to criticize him. I'm just trying to get a reaction. Any reaction. Even a fight will be better than this dead silence.
That is exactly it. It's called protest behavior. You are protesting the loss of connection, like a child who acts out to get their parents' attention because negative attention is better than no attention. But for Tom, who is probably already stressed or tired, that energy feels like a tidal wave. He thinks, "I cannot win this. I cannot make her happy right now, so the safest thing to do is to shut my mouth and retreat until the storm passes.
Wow. Okay, that hits hard. So when I follow him to the office door asking what is wrong, I am basically proving his point that he needs to escape.
In his mind, yes. The more you pursue, the more he feels the need to protect his autonomy and sense of peace. The more he distances, the more you panic and feel the need to pursue to get that reassurance. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are both just trying to protect yourselves, but your methods are triggering each other's deepest fears. You fear abandonment, he fears engulfment or inadequacy.
I never thought about it like that. I just thought he didn't care. But if he feels inadequate, God, I might be making it so much worse. I asked him the other day if he was ever going to be romantic again, and he just looked so defeated.
He probably feels like he's walking on eggshells. If he thinks anything he says will result in a lecture about how he's not doing enough, he will choose silence every time. It's safer. But here's the good news. This is just a pattern. It is not his personality, and it is not yours. It's a cycle you built together, which means you can break it.
But how do I break it without suppressing my own needs? I do need connection. I cannot just pretend I'm happy with a roommate who ignores me. I do not want to play games or play hard to get.
It is not about playing hard to get. It's about changing the invitation. Right now, your invitations for connection are wrapped in barbed wire. We need to find a way to lower the pressure so he can actually come out of his cave without feeling like he's going to be attacked. You have to stop chasing him, but you do not have to leave the room. You just have to stand still and make it safe for him to come to you.
Stand still? That sounds terrifying. What if I stop chasing and he just stays in the cave forever?
That is the risk, but look at the data. Is chasing him working?
No, it's definitely not. Okay, I'm ready to try something else. What does changing the invitation actually look like?
First, we have to change the opening line. You mentioned the phone scrolling at dinner. Usually you probably say something like, "Why are you always on your phone?" or "Do you not find me interesting?" Right?
Guilty, I said almost those exact words last night.
And that is a grenade. It forces him to defend himself. I want you to try a soft startup. It is a concept where you state your feeling and your need without assigning blame. Instead of attacking the behavior, you just talk about what you miss. Try saying, "I miss you. I would love to just look at you and catch up for 10 minutes while we eat."
It sounds so simple, but it feels vulnerable. What if he says no?
If you phrase it as a desire rather than a demand, he's much less likely to say no. You are not saying he is a bad partner for scrolling. You are saying he is a desirable partner and you want more of him. That feeds the ego instead of crushing it. It creates safety.
Okay, I can try that. Make it about wanting him, not fixing him. What else? You have to lower the stakes on connection. Right now, every conversation feels like a summit meeting about the state of the union. Try to just be near him without demanding interaction. It is called parallel play. Read a book next to him while he plays his game. Put a hand on his shoulder and then walk away. Drop a cup of tea on his desk and leave without asking a single question.
Just give without expecting an immediate return?
Exactly. You are signaling that you are present and loving, but you are not demanding energy from him. You are showing him that you can handle your own anxiety and that being near you does not mean work for him. When he feels that the pressure is off, he will naturally get curious. He will eventually look up and wonder where you went.
It makes sense. I have been suffocating the flame trying to protect it. I need to give it oxygen. So, tonight I go home. I do not ask him how his day was immediately. I just give him a kiss, maybe make dinner, and focus on my own mood.
Yes, focus on making yourself happy and bringing that good energy into the house. If he joins you, great. If he needs space, that is fine too. You become the lighthouse. You stand tall and shine your light. You do not run out into the ocean trying to drag the boat to shore. The boat will come to the light, because it is warm and safe.
The lighthouse. I like that image. It feels much more dignified than the beggar I've been acting like.
It is the only way to break the cycle. Intimacy is a byproduct of safety. If you build a safe harbor where he knows he will not be criticized or pressured, he will dock the boat. But you have to be patient. It took months to build this wall. It might take a few weeks to dismantle it.
I can do a few weeks. I just needed a map. Thanks for listening. I think I'm actually going to enjoy my coffee now.
Drink up. You've got this. Let the silence be there and watch what happens when you stop trying to fill it.